Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Doc and Queenie Facebook Live. Good afternoon, Queenie.
Good afternoon, Doc. How was Turkey Day?
I'm still recovering. It was hard to get up this morning.
Keep that tryptophan coming, right?
It was tryptophan and everything else that surrounded it, not just tryptophan.
Yeah, that's always fun. Oh my gosh. Well, I didn't hear any smoke alarms going off from the south. You must have done fantastic.
The joke was that the turkey is always moist. So that was a joke. So my children, because it was moist, I put butter under the skin.
Okay.
Wait
a second. You said you did herbs combination on your butter, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Sage, thyme. What else did I put in there? Now I'm drawing a blank. Chives, sage, thyme, garlic. Forgot the garlic.
How could you forget the garlic?
I know. What is wrong with me? So I did that as a underneath the skin. And then I call it a brine. It's almost like a rub. It's basically salt and baking soda that I put on the skin of the turkey, like 2 days before, and then I let it sit in the refrigerator. And that pulls the moisture out of it, but it actually makes the bird that much more moist, if that makes any sense.
Wow.
So
I bet it was yummy.
Yeah. So good morning, Karen. I'm guessing that's Karen.
Yes, I would say the high and purple is our clue. So let's take a look. That's awesome. Do you do all the cooking in your family, or how does that work?
Usually it's all hands on deck. We all have our little jobs.
Okay.
Like my husband we do a spatchcock or a butterfly turkey. So he cuts out the backbone of the turkey, because that I can't do it. I'm not strong enough. Mm-hmm. He does that part, and then I kind of do the rest, and we kind of tag team watching the turkey. And then depending on what we're having, like he did the mashed potatoes. I had my kids help me I did Brussels sprouts. Good morning, Lisa.
And Karen, of course, fabulous Karen Higgins.
Yes. And so I sent that, I sent that. What am I saying? I'm multitasking. I
am so surprised, Dr. Laura.
And I'm still sleeping too. It's hard to multitask when you're half asleep.
Oh my gosh.
So how was your Thanksgiving, Queenie? You had the family over?
I got to celebrate 2 different times, and that's always fun. And one time I left my house, and the other time my family came over here. So it turned out to be super fun, and I'm always excited about that. So everything went smoothly. The salmon, as you guys were probably wondering, came out great. It's super easy to make, of course, which is easy and wonderful and all those things. But the thing I was thinking about most is everybody has their thing that they love, 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 and that's fine. But think about it from a standpoint of I cut out 2 things this year that not many of us like or care. And so that's when I thought, why am I doing this every time? Because I end up wasting it, and it's nothing but carb loaded anyway. And so I cut out sweet potatoes because I'm the only one that likes them, and I eat those all year long anyway. And I cut out dressing, stuffing, some people call it. And that's nothing but one big carb-loaded blood sugar disaster conversation when you slather it with gravy and cranberry sauce and all that stuff. So I thought, why am I doing that? And so those are 2 things that got eliminated. And not one person said, where's the dressing or where's the sweet potato? So that was my clue. And so it really did. It worked out fantastic.
That's funny you say that, because I cut out the stuffing, because usually, my husband and daughter are like, oh, we like stuffing. But, they get a scoop after you make all of that. And then it sits.
Uh-huh.
And then it sits. And I'm like, I totally get that. We left the stuffing out. I'm trying to remember what else. Yeah, I think we left the sweet potatoes out also. So.
Did you really? Well, you guys eat a lot of sweet potatoes too, though, don't you?
We do throughout the year, so it's kind of
Mhm.
like it's not a the garlic mashed potatoes was a treat because we roasted 5 bulbs of garlic and added that in addition to garlic powder and real grass fed butter. So
Yeah, that is super fun. Honestly, and I do think, like I say, people get used to what they love, what they don't love, and who is the one that loves stuffing? Let's see if that's Karen. And but that's why I was going to say everybody's got their thing. If somebody had missed it, I would have. Yeah, that was Karen, and I would have done it if somebody missed it. But like I say, nobody in my world eats it, and so that's when I thought, and because I used to do saute onions, celery, I don't know, and then you add eggs to it and bake all this toasty stuff and breaded. It just sounds like a lot for me. And so, like I say, not one person said, and so that's pretty cool.
and
Uh,
Lisa's talking about her tri-tip smoked over the mesquite grill. She does a tri-tip blackened, which sounded wonderful.
oh, absolutely, yeah, oh yeah, and it's funny how people have different traditions. One person said we don't do meat. So they did trout, like that was they did fish was their thing, and they did trout on the grill. And so I was like, well, and whatever people have as their tradition, I always think is interesting. And then I was with a girl this morning from Norway, and they don't celebrate Thanksgiving, hello, but they always have big celebration. It's almost like if one part of the world is celebrating, why not? I mean, why not? And so she said we did have a special family meal, and it wasn't obviously a Thanksgiving conversation, but she said it was just a nice way to think about preparing for the holidays, and December's literally around the corner. And so she said it was just a fun way to just give thanks for family. And I thought that was kind of fun.
Yes. And speaking of food, Queenie, today,
Uh-oh. It's National Tripe Day, right?
no, thank God, no. Um, it is National French Toast Day.
Wow. Okay.
Do you like French toast?
All right. Well, let me tell you the deal. I'm going to turn off this recording in case anybody holds it against me. Um, when my kids were in high school, this was always the house because I've got a great big basement, and the kids had video games and all kinds of darts and just all kinds of stuff down there. And so this would be the house where they would congregate, and usually my son. And so now all of a sudden I've got these boys downstairs, and like, oh, rambunctious, oh my gosh. But when they did the spend the night thing, because boys don't call it a slumber party, the sleepover thing in the morning, of course, they're famished. And so I thought, what am I going to do to load these five? They have endless, they're just, they have bottomless
Endless
pits.
pits. Yes.
Absolutely bottomless pits. And so I thought, well, and I know how to make French toast. So I thought, what the heck? Now, the challenge that I have in my brain right now, the only way I think I know how to make it is with Crisco. Ugh. And I haven't, I'm sorry about Crisco. I mean, it's a lovely product. So please keep buying it if that's the thing. But I really mean it. That's the only way I know how to make French toast, because I really don't know what else you can do except Crisco, because that's how I was raised. So I would keep scooping this stuff into the pan, and they ate French toast until I was afraid they were going to explode. And of course, butter, syrup, powdered sugar, they loved it. And it was always like, hey, Mrs. Weaver, how about some French toast? And I'm just like, And so that's how I got the kids through high school. But now I look back on that, I really don't remember the last time I purchased that delightful, lovely product, because it's not a good fit for my brain. And so, how else do you make French toast besides using that product?
I use butter.
You
You
seriously
know,
do?
I cook my French toast in butter.
And
Mhm.
I would be afraid it would burn, because I don't leave it
You
sitting
keep
around. I,
your
I cook it kind of quick.
Yeah, if you keep your heat down, and I'm one not to keep my heat up too high. I keep it medium high at max, but even
Okay.
that's too much. It takes a little bit longer, but
Yeah.
to me it tastes better.
Oh, I'm sure it tastes delicious, but like I say, they love the fried crunchy stuff on the side, and I'm doing hundreds of pieces, so I really had that stove going after it, and I did use the stove back in the 90s. Wow, but anyway, I love it actually, but needless to say, I don't make it anymore, and I certainly would not think of eating it at this point. because I probably would love it too much. That looks super pretty though. Strawberries and blueberries on it's gorgeous.
Yes, definitely. Well, and now that you've noticed that wonderful background, now I'm going to change it on you because today is also Cyber Monday. You know what Cyber Monday is, don't you,
Well,
Queenie?
I can't imagine what would happen in my neighborhood if Amazon and FedEx and UPS were not constantly flying around these neighborhoods. Oh my gosh. I see those things light up on my Ring camera stuff, and I'm just like, these poor guys are still out, and it's 10:30. I don't know how they do it.
I don't either. It's incredible what they do, but happy Cyber Monday if you are shopping online. It's the alternative to the going out on Black Friday, which I don't do. I don't do the Black Friday. I will look at Black Friday online specials, and I also have been looking at the Cyber Monday. You
I
know,
thought I saw that little red car out shopping all over on Friday.
nope. I was not going out with everybody and their brother. I just was like, nope. I was going to, but then I changed my mind. So, so yeah, I just stayed local. I actually went to our local coffee shop and met a friend, and then there was a little boutique across the street, so I went over there and browsed around and said hello to them, and yeah,
That really is super awesome, though. And I know I was on a call this morning and I explained what Black Friday meant to this lady from Norway because she said, we had a Black Friday sale here. And she was confused. And so I explained it's between red, black accounting, all that stuff. Put your business back in the black if it's been in the red because you were off for a day for Thanksgiving kind of thing. But the bigger issue is traffic. Oh my gosh. They showed pictures of some of the stores and it was like, seriously. And then, so Friday's Black Friday, Saturday is Small Business Saturday. Debbie Miller told us that on this call. And then now today is Cyber Monday. So we got lots of reasons to spend money, Doc.
yep. Are you finished with your Christmas shopping, Queenie?
Oh, well, you just can imagine I would be.
So am I.
Yeah. But honestly, it's one of the, and quite frankly, I'm sure it's the same with a lot of folks listening and watching on the replay and on this call. First of all, I always think in terms of what do you need? And then they take it a step further. Christmas is not necessarily about what you need. This is a little extra splurge. What do you want? And I get that. But I look around at these houses and I'm like, kids, seriously. And so it's very hard for me to, and even the little kids, what on earth do they need? And they've got a list usually of what they want. But are you finished, Doc, with all your family? My gosh.
Yes, I'm actually finished and I'm almost finished. I have a few friends that I exchange gifts with. I'm almost finished with their stuff.
Wow. Yeah, that is always an interesting time for me because I see the stores just packed with people and certainly with stuff. And I always am just kind of smiling to myself, how do they do this?
Yeah,
For those of you watching live, be sure and type in Lisa and Karen specifically. If you guys are finished with Christmas shopping, if you don't do Christmas shopping, or how that looks for you this particular year, because obviously 2020, 2021, and now 2022, that has changed a lot of people's shopping style and celebration style too, Doc.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, definitely, definitely. But I'm never one to get up at an ungodly hour to go stand in line in the cold and fight over
I
one
can
item.
totally
So,
see you doing that. Oh my gosh.
nope.
Yeah, I can totally see you doing that.
I usually a day after Thanksgiving am on the couch shopping
Yeah.
online.
Isn't that funny? Yeah. Yeah.
So
Do you get free shipping or specials or coupons or are
yeah,
you on
I always
mail
look
list?
for deals and free shipping, and yeah, I get a few catalogs in the mail. And I go through like one place in particular has 50% off right now, and it's actually a really good deal. It's a high quality product that they sell, and so I usually, um, you know, kind of do that. So
Well, that is super cool.
yeah, so
Not buying
we've
much. Oh yeah. Karen has a trip coming up, she said. I know that she's doing that. That's very, very fun.
Lisa doesn't exchange a lot of gifts. She sends money to grandchildren's parents, herbs, oils, and food. Yes, I actually this year I'm cutting back not that I go do a lot anyways, but I'm cutting back even more. And we're probably going to do a charcuterie or a charcuterie, however that is pronounced. I'm told I mispronounce it every time. So at least I'm consistent. We're doing a charcuterie board for Christmas. So we'll spend a little bit extra on what we're going to put on that. So because we
I
are
think
foodies,
those are so fun. I really do. The charcuterie boards for me are just darling, and I love presentation is my thing. Um, a lot of times the stuff on it I'm not touching, but it's just presentation is just really my thing.
so we have the wheel today. What do you think we're going to do for the wheel? Do you think it'll
Oh
land
my
on
goodness. Let's see. That's a very good point, Doc. How would you possibly do the wheel? There we go.
And I see you're all decked out in your Chiefs red. They won
Oh my
again.
gosh, isn't that the coolest thing? Oh,
Yeah.
that was such a fun game to watch. I didn't have near the stress that I have had recently. So I
Mhm.
was super excited about that. And so that worked out super great. But it was really a fun game. Did you get to watch the whole thing?
I did. I got to watch the whole thing, and it was great to watch them win.
Beautiful. All right. Can you see my wheel?
I can see the wheel.
Let's spin it and wait till it stops all the way.
Apps. Let's go apps. There we go.
Ta-da! All
What
right.
do you use, Queenie?
Well, my even on my phone, I look at all these things and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I use so many apps actually. Let's start with Zoom. I use Zoom app a lot. Let's go there. I use Canva app a lot because sometimes when I'm doing some of my posts and things quickly, I have to create a quick Canva something. So that works out great. I don't do the Canva to your degree because your talent and skill level, Doc, is seriously second to none. And then my calendar app is my world. I was just on another meeting with a very large team, and they said, "What day did we pick the something something?" And I went, "I got it." And of course they go, "Of course you do." And so my calendar app is actually my life. Um, let's see what else is right here on the tip top. Well, I actually love my Ring app because that does my. I've got my whole property all lined up with cameras, and so I do use that a lot. And what about you? I know that you your phone is probably explosive with apps.
Not too much because I don't like the space that it takes up because I do so much video and so many pictures.
Oh yeah.
So I try to, well, I probably have a lot anyways. I'm just looking. I have everything in folders. So
Oh,
my work I'm actually organized on my phone, not anywhere else, but my work folder is I've got the Zoom app, I've got the Canva app, I've got the Instagram layout, and I think we've talked about this a
yeah,
while
we
ago.
do. And I love that too. Yep.
And I'll show everybody if they don't know about it. I think I've got actually the background on that. There we go. That's the layout app. I've got, of course, my YouTube. I have the Anchor app. I have not been doing a lot of podcasts lately, but that's basically for podcasting.
What have you been doing with your time?
Oh, 95 days to build a greenhouse.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that little thing. Uh-huh.
Now we're playing with. I actually just purchased. Thank you to Cyber Monday deals, a new ventilation system for it. So, and it looks like Karen has 30,000 photos on her phone. Wow, I think you just blew me out of the water there, my friend.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And see, the thing is, as soon as mine gets close to 10,000, I start deleting. So I hover now around 8,300. Karen, gosh.
Other apps, and in my entertainment folder is my Amazon Music, my Spotify Music, my Etsy account. Oh, here's an app that I don't know if anybody knows about. It's called Brad's Deals, BRAD
Oh, yes, I've heard of that.
S. And it's basically where everybody just posts the deals, online. It's mostly online deals in different stores and all of that kind of thing. And I usually download the app the beginning of November, and then I delete it after Christmas.
Is that true?
Because yes, yes, and I actually one little story on that one. We're from Chicago, and in Chicago they used to have a store called Marshall Fields, and Marshall Fields was very similar to Macy's, and actually Macy's bought out Marshall Fields about, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago. Of course, being a Chicagoan, we were all very sad that Marshall Fields went away. But one thing Marshall Fields used to have was called Frango Mints, and just these little chocolate truffle-y things, which was a tradition. So I was on Brad's Deals the other day, and Macy's was offering a box of chocolates that normally is $30 a box for $12. So that was my family's. I'm going to be shipping little boxes of chocolate to everybody in the family because it's been a tradition. So that's part of the reason I actually download the app is so I can get the deal.
Did you see this thing? 598 videos. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. If you use
Crazy.
the app, they give you a better deal than if you just accidentally find them, you mean?
You can find them, but it's the work part.
Okay.
I mean, I could go to the Macy's website and all of that, but it's the work part.
Okay. Yeah. And I know people give app benefits, like if you support our community, you get a break, use this coupon code. So that's cool.
Yeah. So, apps, of course, as we always talk in business, are helpful for business and in personal use and all of those kinds of things.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. And like I say, I look at my phone. Think about, I don't know when it was now, 2 years maybe, but maybe more recent than that. And Facebook was down for 6 hours. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And you would have thought that the world had closed down.
Yeah.
And all these messages are coming through on different places and text messages. And is your Facebook working? Mine's not. I can't get on my business page. I can't do this. I can't do that. Well, I appreciate all of the trauma terror topic that would create, I guess. But I have trained, suggested, recommended since even way back in the beginning, please don't put all of your business contact topic stuff connections on one platform. Because if Mr. Z decides he's finished and he doesn't want to play anymore, pull the plug. And what are you going to do now? And so if your Instagram is still fine and your Alignable is still fine and your LinkedIn is still fine and your Twitter and your TikTok and your Pinterest and all your other apps are still fine and your YouTube is still up, you're not going to be in the mess that you would if every single thing that you did and all your contacts were in Facebook and they closed it down.
Exactly. No, exactly. Well, and it's like anything with, you're talking about in that sense, but the way we do our marketing and the way we expand our reach is all different platforms. So yeah, staying on one platform and having it go down, yeah, not good. Not good.
The other thing I wanted to thank you publicly for is my daughter and her family were on the plaza for Thanksgiving night when they lit the lights and all that stuff. And they stayed in a hotel so they could have a perfect view and not have to deal with all the traffic. And so they took videos as I requested. And the only problem I didn't think about is I can't post the videos if it has their voices on it, just because. And so all of a sudden I was just mentioning that to you. And the next thing you know, you dolled it into this fabulous, amazing, incredible video that I now have on my YouTube channel. I just wanted to thank you for that. What is the app that you use to get that accomplished?
I actually used one of my video editors, which we've talked about, is called Clipchamp. That's a Microsoft app on my computer. And then I also used Canva. I use a combination of both on creating that video.
Okay. So. Because I've gotten 17 views already and I just posted it yesterday. And so that's when I just thought, oh my gosh. And you add music to it, you add names to it, the different things that you did. And that's why I was wondering if this was your Clipchamp app that you use, because I know you also do video.
It's part of the, yep. Yes. Yeah, that's part of the Clipchamp. And actually, I was telling a friend of mine the other day, I just purchased another video editor because I want to step it up a little bit more.
Of course you do. Hmm.
So I've got a lot of work ahead with putting together the video for the Diary of a Greenhouse. So I need more tools. So I just purchased a really nice package, and we will see what kind of toys I can play with on that one.
Isn't that
So
something though? Because, and look what you have done. Let's think about this for a minute. When someone has a brand new app or a brand new something, in fact, I just this second today on a call with the girl in Norway again, she said one of the platforms she's using is Be Connected. And I said, talk to me. And she said, well, they are trying to take over Zoom as far as accounts and subscribers and things like that. So Be Connected is the new app. And so I had not heard of it. I've heard of obviously Be Connected. There's groups and things like that that people do, organizations they belong to, Be Connected that way. But this is actually a Zoom quote replacement edition. And I said, tell me about that. Have you heard of it, Dr. Laura?
I have not, and I'm looking it up as we speak, and I can't find it. But that doesn't mean that it's not there.
And, well, and I think it's just the letter B and connected, but I don't know. But as I said, when I took all these notes from all these meetings this morning, I've got writer's cramp already. It's what is it, noon, 12:30, high noon, high noon. Yeah. But I really mean it. It's the new stuff that comes out, and I get it. I really do. And that's why I told the people on this call, I appreciate having a new platform and I love learning new things. But look what happens when some people go, no, 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 I'm not learning anything new. I'm done, 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 done. Well, hang on a second. 2.5, 3 years ago, we didn't know. Now, I was using Zoom just because not all my clients are local for quite some time. So I had to learn how to do Zoom to install water machines on a computer. But Zoom kept us together for these 3 years from a standpoint of all across the country, all across the world, to be able to meet new friends, all this networking, et cetera, et cetera. So just to that end, I appreciate Zoom. Now I'm afraid of the updates. I admit it, because every time I click update, something happens, but, and in a good way, kind of, but I lose my this or I can't find my something, but I want to find out what Be Connected is.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. And I'm looking here as we're speaking. I'm multitasking again. I apologize,
No,
Queenie.
please, that's okay. Did you find it?
No, I did not. And
Okay.
I don't, and I might be searching, not the right way, but
Emily has been using this and she did the free version so she can acclimate first. But she said it's like $50 a month or something and you get everything.
I keep getting different, like there's an app, Be Connected for Bosch appliances. It's not, unless I'm not looking in the right direction, I cannot find it. So,
Okay.
you know,
Welcome, Debbie Miller. We're glad that you're here, by the way. Thank you. And Doc, of course, did such a great job on the video of the Plaza Lights, which was super fun. And we loved, and Doc did the background too. So there you go, Doc, Doc, Doc. But I really seriously, the Be Connected, this lady was using because, again, she heard it was new and she wanted to see what's up, but she did not know competitively what the pricing is. But she said about $50 a month.
Well, and you and I try to do as much free as possible, because why? I don't, I would rather, my personal opinion, spend it in different areas that I think it needs to be spent in, I guess is what I could say.
Well, and to be clear on that one, though, I do pay for StreamYard, I do pay for Canva, I do pay for Zoom. And the reasons for that is some of the stuff that we actually do, and I do pay for Meetup. Some of the things that we actually do can't be done for free. But what I promise I do is when I train on something, I do the free version.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't pay for StreamYard. I don't pay for Zoom, but I'm using it for different, we're both using it for, in some ways, of course, the networking is the same, but I also use mine a little bit differently. So
Yeah.
I don't.
Are you on a premium YouTube?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Because I do YouTube free version also. And again, when I train on it, I do the free part on purpose because I don't want people to think it's a sales pitch.
Right. Right. Exactly. So yeah. So it's always interesting. All of the, you just never know what you're going to get when you're talking about apps.
Absolutely. And I do love your Instagram layout a lot because, like I say, I used it 100 years ago and then it completely disappeared. And then when you said it was back, it was like, ta-da, because
Yeah.
I had been doing PowerPoint and Canva to get my goals accomplished in that arena, but layout is so fast.
Yes. Oh, I can slap things together like within a minute or two. Have it
Absolutely.
downloaded, and yeah, I think actually uploading it to whatever platform takes longer than it does
I
to put
agree.
it all
Yes.
together.
And that's really true.
So
Doc, we're getting close to the end, but I did want to ask something. In 1, 2, 3 days, it's going to be December 1st. Have you chosen your word for 2023 yet?
no, I have not. Have you, Queenie?
Yes, I have. And so I was just thinking about that because I'm a calendar girl. And so every time I look at the calendar, how many quarters are left? How many weeks in the year do we have to network? Blah, blah, blah. And how many events do I have left? And I can't go too far ahead or I will cause a problem in my brain. But when I see things like this, and I'm just going, December 1st, holy moly, it's time to pick our word for the year. And if you, those of you listening live with us, certainly, or on the replay, the reason for the word is to have a focus or a pattern or a goal or a reminder, whatever that word for you is. And it just is a helpful tip, if you will, to be able to see how you started January 2023 and how you end up December 2023, and to see how that word impacted your life over the course of that year.
That's excellent explanation of that. I actually am leaning towards a word. Do you know? Are you going to share? Or are you going to wait until January to share your word?
I can share now. It doesn't matter. Do
Okay.
you want to know?
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
love to.
My word is succession.
Okay. I'm leaning towards the word purpose.
Nice.
So,
1 year I did purposeful, and I've been around so long that I'm running out of words.
well, those 29 years, I know,
Yeah, exactly. But succession for me is impactful in so many ways. And focus for 2023. Good job. That must be Debbie doing the fantastic hashtags. But I really do, honestly, picking a word just does kind of help with the focus, the impact, the reminder, all those things. And so, if those of you listening with us now or on the replay have not chosen your word yet for 2023, say it out loud a few times, see how it fits in your brain, what it calls to mind every time you say it, and see if it's a good fit. And then by the time 2023 gets here, you'll be on track.
exactly. All right. Well, guess what, Queenie? It's
I
that time
know.
again. I'm gonna.
Fastest 30 minutes in the whole world, Doc.
I know it's crazy. So thank you everyone for joining us, whether it was live or on the replay for Doc and Queenie Facebook Live at
High noon.
every Monday. So until next Monday, have a fabulous, blessed, and wonderful week. I know here in the Kansas City area, it's going to be warmer, which is crazy, but we'll take it. And hopefully you'll have great weather by you, and you'll get your shopping and everything ready for the holidays. So until next time, everybody take care. Thank you, Queenie.
Thank you, Doc. Bye for now, everyone.